Hello everyone, this is Sean, and welcome back to 2064 Read-Only Memories. Wow, it's been a longer time for this one than literally any other game. Primarily because this game kind of hits on some dark topics that makes me wanna play a little less. I still like the game, it's just like, you have to be in the right mood for it. And then of course the whole thing in my computer. But I want to get this out, it's being recorded the same day, I'm hoping to get it out. But maybe it'll be a day out later, we'll see. Okay. Now, let's take a look. Your once trusty machine has been downgraded to a paperweight. Status sniffle. Here's. Well, it seems hanging in there. Sweet. Looks like you're gonna just be fine after all. Sweet. Botanist achievement unlocked. Nice. Okay. What are we doing? Oh yeah, that's right. We have to choose between two places. Oh man, I don't know where to go though.
Okay, we can now either follow Tomcat's lead to KCOB or Fairlight's lead to Melody's home.
You want to go to Melody's home or the KCOB?
It depends on what you want our focus to be on in terms of tracking Hayden's trail. Should we follow the media or the tech?
Okay.
Up to you where to go first.
Let's see here. Can I talk to my door? Map. Let's see here. So this is the KCO. That's the Fire Mansion. That's. And this is the KCOB. I'd rather follow Tomcat, I think. I'm gonna be honest. Which one was Tomcat?
Okay, we can now either follow Tomcat's lead to KCOB, or Fair. It depends on what you want.
I'm hoping I can do
Up
both
to you, where to
before.
go first.
I'm hoping to do both before we move on. To be honest. So let's go to the KCOB.
Here we are.
I'm following Tomcat's lead because I trust Tomcat more than Fairlight. I don't have a distrust of Fairlight, but I trust Tomcat more, and plus they're awesome.
The COS.io Corporation office building.
Okay.
It looks like most of the businesses on this block are a part of the same corporate coalition under COS.io.
That's not that surprising, right? Is that important?
Well, perhaps. At the very least, it means it's unlikely they're the ones interfering with Augmented Eye's articles.
Fair. But this is the
Not
media one.
impossible, but unlikely.
I like that vehicle. I guess we'll find out further afield. How so?
Generally, the companies in a coalition don't have a whole lot of overlap. Augmented Eye is a news app focused on local tech and culture stories, with an emphasis on hybrids' rights and cybernetics issues.
Okay.
None of the other companies in the coalition cover news, so they aren't related at all, which is very much standard practice for these groups.
Interesting. Okay. Fair
They
enough.
have nothing to gain by inviting companies with whom they compete, and thus none of them would benefit by trying to undermine Augmented Eye's credibility as a news source.
Okay, can you tell me more about these coalitions? Yes.
In the early 2020s, the California government was pretty much going bankrupt. A poor national economy and repeated voter initiatives meant the state didn't have the tax revenue to continue running municipal services. They kept pushing the tax burden down the totem pole until poorer cities were just flat broke. No police, no road work, complete public service collapse. Then, one of the smaller cities sold all of their public infrastructure, police and fire included, to a private corporation.
Yeah, that going on.
This was eventually challenged in court, but several Silicon Valley corporations started a grassroots initiative to have citizens pass an amendment to the state constitution allowing it.
Yes.
They succeeded, and most of the major cities in the state sold off their public services to private corporations.
That's a brilliant idea, but then again, it's
Some places, like
Cyberpunk
Los Angeles,
dystopia,
just
so go figure.
sold to the highest bidder. Which is probably why LA is essentially in a constant gang turf war, with one side wearing the uniforms of the studio-owned police forces.
I'm listening.
The cities in the Bay Area were
There's
a
a lot
little
of
more
information here.
selective, and most of the municipal services are owned by multi-corporation coalitions.
I just noticed I have an arrow up. Can I look up?
They split the bill of running the city between them and keep each other from being too corrupt in their usage of the police force and such, from fear of a PR disaster and being kicked out of the coalition. It means there isn't as much money going around, which is why the NSFPD's equipment is out of date and the meshnet is so successful over normal cable networks. After all, without the promise of a city infrastructure bought and paid for, the corporations all treat running the city like a charity and PR stunt.
Of course they do.
But at least the police aren't irredeemably corrupt. The fire trucks still show up on time, and the water runs to all parts of the city. That can't be said for some areas of the state.
You realize things were that bad elsewhere. Why hasn't the federal government stepped in?
I haven't spent enough time learning about the subject, or politics in general, to give you
That's
an
fair.
educated answer. If I go by the posts people make on the meshnet, I'd say a combination of having bigger fish to fry and caving to corporate pressure.
Of course.
People seem certain that the larger multinational companies would love to be able to buy their own towns on a national scale, and are pumping money into Congress to try and make that happen. They hold up Neo-SF as an example of their success, while trying to bury the problems in LA as an anomaly. Combine that with unrest abroad, and I guess they don't have a whole lot of motivation to try and stop it. Historical
See where we
precedent
end the
seems to lend credence to this interpretation, if you're willing to believe my hasty readings on the subject.
Yeah, those. Fair enough. Thanks for filling me in.
You're welcome. I am happy to assist.
To be fair, that's like entirely a journalistic thing to do. Ooh, good listener, achievement unlocked. Planter.
Bulbitis riparia, one of the more popular display ferns in recent times.
Good to know.
Expensive, given the cost of caring for it. The species is native to threatened tropical forests, but it became a popular import after being endorsed by a former child star turned conservationist.
Okay then. The fern almost overflows from its well-mounted holder, making it look like a featureless plastic head with green anime hair. Yeah, okay, that's... Despite the Neo-SF chill, the fern seems to be healthy. Turing doesn't seem to have any data on this species. It must have been a crossbred from most... interesting. How would it cost for your landlord to put a plant like this in front of the apartment? He probably wouldn't do it if it were... He probably wouldn't do it if it were free. Part of a lot of genetic... It may be a member of a royal plant family or a plant superhero. Okay. And I can use stuff on it. I don't want this. Why do I still have this trash? This trash makes more sense than this trash to me. Okay. Talk to it. Hey there, little one. How's it growing? I'm not doing that multiple times. What is this button? Oh. I can look at trees up here. That's interesting. Not only are there trees growing in here, I'm hoping that there's some kind of soil back there. These trees are genuine, real roof trees. These became all the rage back in the 40s. Many companies sponsor roof trees. They used to sponsor animals, but after the York's raccoon blackout of 2060, they stopped that practice. What happened? How do trees manage to grow so high with so little soil? That's what I'm wondering.
According to the Meshnet, the COS.io Corporation office building proudly hosts over 100 species of birds in their trees. Well, that's nice.
Yeah? Okay. I'm assuming that if this one right here will just give me the same thing. Yep. Okay, so there's a car and a poster, and then the actual door. So let's take a look at the car. The 2061 model is more popular among car experts, though.
It has an extra cup holder.
Wait, did I look at this earlier? The 2062 is this or 4 coupe, perfect for letting everyone know you spent a fortune in credits on a car. Okay. Outside Corporation office building employs a pretty fancy interactive screen out front. If they can keep it outdoors, the electrical work in it must be on another level. I don't know why I couldn't say electrical. The screen lists out all the different business and groups that operate under the coalition here. It also welcomes everyone to the center. How thoughtful. Okay. Can I talk to the car? Are you having fun talking to this car? A little bit. Oh, you are? Oh, well, then please keep talking to it. Another plant. Plant sits safely enclosed in an isolated ecosystem. The screen lists out all the different businesses. That's how thoughtful. No, I didn't want to look at this window. Let's take a look. The sign already speaks everything it prints. Okay, fair enough. I'm Wizaki Pete, and I'm so wacky that I'm practically giving these cars away. Why settle for a car you can't even drive? My cars have full manual usage. Beep beep. It's voice controlled. The screen begins to cycle through its business listing available options. Okay, cool. A thick pan floor-to-ceiling window inside. There's a bunch of security guards and rows of elevators behind them. Okay. Even though it's the holidays, it's still pretty busy. Half of the businesses that operate here probably don't take the day off. Okay. Talk to the window. Nobody inside can hear you, and everybody inside thinks there's something wrong with you. Okay, fine. Let's go to the door.
The meshnet says Augmented Eye's SF office is run by an individual named Zin, and Tomcat confirmed she's expecting us.
Okay. Good to know. Wait, why isn't it expecting
All
us?
we have to do now is head up and talk to her.
Oh wait, that's right. Oh, that's right. We agreed to look into this first.
No shenanigans this time.
Oh. Hi, Zen. This thing is cute. What is this, real quick? Zen's IK47 Executive Series ROM, designed for office and high-level account maintenance. Okay, as much as I want to look through... I need to look at this, though. You didn't know people still hung up motivational posters, unironically. Okay, let's take a look at Zen. A sharp-dressed woman stares you down. Don't look away. Zen Augmented Eye Executive Extraordinaire. That's what the plaque on her desk says, anyways. Okay. Let's talk to her.
Oh, hello. Welcome to Augmented Eye. You must be the journalist my network admin said would be showing up.
Yes.
Have a seat. Would you like a drink?
Water would be nice. A gassy hot spot.
My assistant will bring it right away.
Just water.
Look, I'll start off by saying I'm a little uncomfortable about bringing in another journalist to look into this.
That's fair.
Whatever you dig up, I'll have to explain to the rest of the press. But it's still better than the other options. Chances are I have another corporation scoping out my territory. If they aren't in the coalition, they'll be expecting a corporate spy, not a news hound. If they are in the coalition, it won't look good for me to send in my own reporters against my allies. Even if I do end up being right.
Okay.
So if I'm damned either way, I'd rather it be by the media.
Oh, I guess that's fair.
At least then we can fight back on a familiar battlefield.
Okay, that's more fair.
Now, what do you know about our problem here?
Someone is tampering with your articles on the mesh.
That's the long and short of it. My network admin is pulling their hair out over it. I'm not going to pretend I understand everything they say, but from what I understand, the changes to our articles aren't being made from inside our network.
Okay.
The versions on our servers are still the originals, but at some point after they hit the mesh, they get changed. I'm hoping that you can do some digging, maybe hit up your contacts and get a lead on who might be doing it.
Contacts.
Even if I have to get answers from the nightly news, it will be a big help.
What kinds of changes are being made? That'd be a good, Why are you sure this is an inside job? Do you have any idea where I should start looking? We're gonna start with this.
Mostly little things. Word choice, tone of the writing, things that make the writer appear more or less extreme on a topic.
Okay.
So far, almost all of the edits seem to be making our articles more positive on new technologies coming out, and more critical of organizations like the Human Revolution. That's actually what tipped us off. A harsh criticism one of my writers made about the Human Revolution protests was changed to be downright vitriolic, and I had a hell of a time putting out the fires.
Okay, so somebody's messing with the human. Well, I'm perfectly fine with stuff going against the human revolution, but somebody's making it sound even worse and could incite really bad stuff, as if the human revolution was bad enough.
My writers and readers aren't exactly fans of them, but I'd rather not pick fights with the Human Revolution if I don't have to.
Why are you so sure this isn't an inside job? And do you have any idea where I should start looking? Let's start with this.
I guess I'm not, but my network admin assures me it's all coming from somewhere else.
Okay.
They told me that they tore out all of the routers that broadcast to the mesh and replaced them with fresh ones. All kinds of tricks involving IP addresses and DNS changes that I'm not going to even begin to claim to understand. I pay them big bucks, so I'm inclined to believe them unless you dig up something that tells me otherwise.
Okay. Did you have any idea where I should start looking?
Not really. My admin says that only someone with intimate access to Parallax's network protocols could make these kind of changes as something passes across the net.
Well, that explains why this might have a connection then. For a second there, sorry, I thought I stopped recording and I didn't like that.
Personally, I think it's a clever hacker rather than someone inside Parallax itself.
Is it Alice? Is this gonna somehow tied to like the whole like White Rabbit Alice thing? We'll find out.
The public trust rating of Parallax makes them look like a saint among wolves, so their control over the mesh network provisions is strangling. It's trivially easy to set up ROMs to use a different OS than LIPS or a different meshnet protocol without that trust. Or, you know, Parallax is abusing its power to spread pro-tech propaganda. Doubtful they need to. I'm sure you'll be a good journo and bring me back the right answer.
I'm gonna look into it. Okay, that's a start.
I know tin hat conspiracies aren't an ideal start, but it's the best we can do with the info we have.
That's fair. I mean, like, you...
Anything else I can tell you? Off the record? If you want it on the record, it'll cost you your firstborn and a really good cigar.
Can you think of any reason why you're being targeted?
Like what? There isn't much more I can tell you about Augmented Eye, really. It's a fairly simple and straightforward operation, if I say so myself. We started off in Venezuela as a sleek current events and news organization in 2055. Almost 10 years ago now. We focus on more in-depth reporting of on-the-street happenings, on top of major news. We are one of the few good ones left. Once folks in other cities saw the type of reporting we do, they all clamored for it. They invested in the right places, and it paid off. COS-IO Corp is happy to have us here in the OSF. It wasn't until hybrid tech started hitting the public sphere that we had to make any changes to our model. All of that said, I can't see why anyone would target us. Unless they're just trying to embroil us in a mudslinging match with the human revolution, and there are much more direct ways of making that happen.
Okay, know if anyone else has articles being manipulated.
Alright, look. I wasn't going to tell you this. If it gets out, I'd have to answer some really hard questions. So, you didn't hear this from me. You might want to go check out TMI Entertainment and Charlie Nova.
TMI Entertainment, Too Much Information Entertainment, got it, and Charlie Nova.
That's all I'll say. And remember, you take a bite out of him with my name as your defense, I drop you fast.
What's the real reason you're bringing in outside help? Your own journalist should be able to handle it digging up some dirt on a hacker.
What? Not wanting to answer prying questions from my coalition board isn't a good enough reason? 'Cause I'd really like to avoid that. And look, you've covered culture wars, right? My journalists are good, but they're mostly good at gadget reviews, implant releases, not taking too many stims so they remember what they did at raves for the after-party reports. This needs an investigative journalist with serious contacts, not tech personalities.
Okay, that's a lot more. That's fair. That's
The
entirely
fact that my
fair.
network admin recommended you to me means you probably know the right people. Now, does that cover it? I'd like to remove my nose from your ass.
That's it for now. I'll get back to you if I have any more questions.
No, don't bother. In hindsight, I probably should have been a bit more circumspect about speaking to you. Plausible deniability and all that. I won't ask you to lie in anything you write, but do remember you got in contact with me not even secondhand, but third hand. I certainly didn't sick you on anyone. Wink wink, nudge nudge, or whatever. If you need anything else, have your person get with my person. Don't come here directly. Now, I'd show you the door, but you know the way. And this isn't the only fire I'm trying to put out. Good luck, and goodbye.
Oh no, she's gonna pick me up before I can look at the other stuff on
That was more confrontational than I'd have expected, considering she was the one needing help. She never brought you that water, either.
Oh, yeah.
Is it always like this?
She knows the game, but we didn't walk away with nothing. People don't usually give away much. Secrets are expensive.
Very true. I will admit that I am interested in the possibility of a link back to Parallax. If all of this really is due to somebody manipulating the mesh net on the inside, it may give us the leverage we need to find out what happened to Hayden once and for all. That said, I will take care not to get my hopes up.
I like how she didn't talk at all
We should make
about
no
Turing.
assumptions when investigating, lest we lead ourselves down a false path. Anyway, seems like our next step is... What the...
Our next step is what the? Our next step is seeing her seeing her die? Diana?
What the... That's Zin!
Zin just died. I was just thinking about something else. I was really hoping that a certain person was going to... What the hell happened? Oh no, we need to go help her. Okay.
It's too late. Considering the angle and height of the fall, rendering suitable aid is beyond our capabilities now. Your desire is laudable, but emergency services are already on the way. They will assist her as much as they can. We should head back to her office and see if we can determine what happened here. Perhaps we can still dispense justice. This is how we dispense justice, right?
Right. I can't look at the people. Is this person on the cell phone calling? This person kind of makes me think of a clown. Okay, so I can't actually look at the scene. Can I actually go in, though? They will let me go to the office. Oh no, the bots!
Looks like the desk has been cleared off. Let's take a look around, but be careful not to disturb any evidence. The police will be here soon.
Okay, so let's take a look at this.
Even a ROM like that doesn't deserve an end like this.
I think to see what this ROM did. Lies still, and it looks like it was destroyed mid-data appraisal. You feel great disturbance in the bureaucracy, as if millions of information transfers cry out and were suddenly he made it silent. The poor bot has authorized its last earnings report.
Even a ROM like that.
That's probably... Oh, they destroyed the plant! The flawless foliage have fallen.
Even the very best can't make it in this city.
I should have looked at all this stuff.
Her personal computer is not password protected at the moment. Give me a moment to look through her files.
Okay.
Best to keep your fingerprints off of the keyboard.
Yeah, I'm not pressing the hand button at all.
Most of this isn't very interesting. Committee reports, financials, article submissions. Oh, here we go. According to this email between Zin and her network admin, her lead on TMI Entertainment is a little more solid than she led us to believe. The admin ran a web crawler looking for changes in writing styles. Some blog posts by their head anchor Charlie Nova stood out like a sore thumb. Apparently he's a bit pompous, if in an affable way, and his blog usually just details his day-to-day life. But ever since the human revolution has been in town, he's been smearing them with more venom than you'd expect, considering how neutral his on-air reporting has been. Zin seemed to think he was just complaining about the protesters fouling up traffic, and whoever is manipulating these posts spun it to make him look critical of the movement as a whole. Just like the Augmented Eye journalist. This Charlie fellow is the one we need to talk to.
Okay. Ignore the murder evidence and thumb through the cartridges. Sweet! An unopened duck game.
This game gives me the urge to start quacking uncontrollably. Is something wrong with me?
Okay. Is there any other... Let's take a look at the window.
My thermal sensors only detect a single set of lingering footprints, and they end almost 3 feet away from the window. Considering the density of this glass, I can't imagine Zin jumped from that far and managed to throw herself through the pane without help. But who could have done it? I don't see any obvious marks on the floor, or any other thermal hotspots.
Could it have been a ROM?
It doesn't look like it.
Like that one rogue ROM, or something? Somebody programmed another ROM?
We should go. There isn't anything else here, and the police are almost on the scene.
Son of a...
How did you get...
I should have figured the two of you would be here. You just won't stay out of trouble no matter what I say, will you?
Okay, this time we were here talking to the person. This is a total misunderstanding.
I assure you, Detective Rivers, we are merely in the wrong place at the wrong time. We had an appointment with Zin to discuss a possible lead and found her office in this state of disrepair.
Of course you did. Damn it.
Well, that's not 100% accurate, but not inaccurate either.
Fine, fine. Get the hell out of here before anyone else shows up. We'll chat about the case more when I'm not busy scraping bodies off the pavement. You hear me?
Yes, entirely fair.
Certainly, Detective Rivers. I'll forward you a report of what we know immediately, and we can speak further at a later time.
Yeah, whatever. Get moving.
Why did you lie to Lexi? We could have told her about the articles.
Because it's better this way. We are chasing smoke trails. You think she would assist such an unlikely investigation? I do not need you to infer upon my motivations or highlight my duplicity. Detective Rivers has every bit of information that Zin gave us on that computer. Her investigation will not be hampered by our absence, whereas ours is halted if we're stuck giving answers she can just as well get from a hard drive.
Okay, Turing.
Literally. Has it occurred to you that whoever threw Zin out of that window could be after the same thing we are, except to silence the story rather than to get it out? We have little time for fooling about and must get to Charlie Nova before something happens to him too. Now, unless you have further recriminations to level at me, we must not squander the time my dishonesty bought us. I have highlighted the main Neo-SF offices for TMI Entertainment on your map.
Okay, Turing.
Let's go!
I'm not going to... I don't want to click on literally everything. That takes up so much time. Okay, let's go to TMI Entertainment.
I hope some pity for me still remains, considering my recent tone, because I'm honestly not sure where we should start. I suppose we should just ask the receptionist to point us to somebody who can answer our questions.
Do you know anything about TMI Entertainment?
Honestly, you do have your own mesh access, yes?
No. You're my mesh access.
I'm quite certain you can handle all the casual searches you might feel like making. We hardly have time for me to blather out every bit of exposition you desire when you could just go look it up on your own. Fair enough. If you think it will save time, I can continue to rattle off these facts when you ask for them. I just ask that you keep your queries to a minimum. We don't have a whole lot of time. Let me pull up the information you requested.
Okay, what can you tell me about TMI Entertainment?
TMI Entertainment is a relatively popular celebrity and gossip news conglomerate. They own OK Today. They did a good job transitioning from the traditional media models of television and news to the net-based model prevalent now, pioneered by their digital newspaper, OK Today's The Scanline. Some might call their programs rags, but opinion on the mesh seems more favorable than not. They stick to mostly good-natured prying and lean away from the seedier nastiness that paparazzi can get up to. As such, they have a positive relationship with many celebrities and regularly get exclusive scoops that keep their ratings up, despite their refusal to peddle in the darker side of the celebrity news circuit.
Okay, and Charlie Nova. That's the only other thing we care
Charlie
about.
Nova is TMI Entertainment's most popular TV personality. He's gotten consistently high ratings for almost a decade and isn't afraid to tell you about it. The chatter on the mesh paints him as a bit arrogant, but in that loud, backslapping kind of way that a media star can get away with. He's best known for hosting Star in the Stratosphere. It's one of those talent-seeking reality programs.
Huh. TMI.
Apparently, when TMI can't organically discover enough celebrities, they just manufacture them.
Wow.
Oh, and also, according to this blog, Charlie's hair is flawless.
That's... Okay. Random. Got it. Okay, well... The logo for TMI Entertainment. Basic but sleek. Okay. Let's take a look at these rushes. A hybrid receptionist bobs on her heels. She either had a long day standing or is just fidgeting. She's cute. Her nervous tapping is almost in rhythm sound of the clicking heels. Alright, let's talk to her.
Welcome to TMI Entertainment Incorporated. Do you have an appointment?
No, but we need to talk to whomever is in charge here. We need to speak to... I have a story we're about to break and wanted to offer TMI an opportunity to comment. Let's... This is the one we need here. This one right here is probably the one that's gonna get us in. Let me see this.
I really can't let you in without an appointment.
Okay.
I can maybe pencil you in for next Wednesday?
We don't have time for this.
Calm down. Calm down, Turing.
People's lives are on the line here, and all you care about is an appointment?
Calm down, Turing. Calm down, Turing.
Oh, look, if it's that important, I can buzz you through to sympathy. But she isn't going to be very happy about being bothered off schedule, so don't get your hopes up. And, try not to make her too mad. I'll be the one dealing with the fallout.
Right. Of course. I apologize. We will be as tactful as possible, I assure you.
Okay, she's over on the other side of the room. Head straight there, because she doesn't like it when people bother the talent.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Let's not bother the talent as much as I want to. Is this... crap. Which one's her? Talent show host... Newsroom... Employee... He might lead cinematographer, at least... he seems like one. Are you? He's practically glowing. So, okay, this is Charlie Nova, so... Are you? Nope, that's June the production manager from TMI. Wait. Hold up here. So are we supposed to actually just talk to Charlie Nova? Because this is just the assistant. We don't talk to this. We can talk... Stern-looking producer.
Thought I told Nina to cancel all my appointments for the day.
Okay.
I swear that girl couldn't find her ears if I taped them over her eyes. At least she makes a decent cup of coffee.
Rude. Are you Sympathy? Nina said we should speak with you.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
And if you don't mind, I keep the show running here, so I'll be brief.
That's fair.
What are you doing in my building?
We've been given a lead on a story that involves one of your personalities, Charlie Nova. Someone has been manipulating his articles on the meshnet and turning them into scathing attacks against the human revolution. We are trying to track the culprit, and we need to talk to Mr. Nova to hunt down further leads.
You let your ROM do all the talking for you? Must be one of those new interrogation modules all the fresh meat rave about.
No. He just better talking to me.
Of course I know someone's been modifying Charlie's articles. I'm tracking them down myself. What I want to know is why I should help you snatch the scoop out from underneath me. Super hacker twists meshnet news for personal political vendetta? The clicks basically farm themselves.
But we're willing to trade info with you. I'm willing to break this the story under TMI's banner, or say that to Zen. No, that one's not. That one I don't want to do. Besides, we don't want to throw Zen in there.
Not interested. I already have a pretty decent idea of where to look next. And if that doesn't pan out, I have our primary server cluster chewing through mesh posts looking for inconsistencies. I'll figure this one out on my own, without some newbie mucking things up.
I'm willing to break the story under TMI's banner.
I'm not hiring, kid. I admire your spirit, but I've got people putting in lots of hours on this one. You're not getting the credit because you think you have a hot lead.
Okay,
Plus,
fine.
if you really did, you wouldn't be here begging for my scraps.
Okay, fine.
Zin? Augmented eyes, Zin? What does Zin have to do with this?
She's the one who gave us the lead to begin with. Then, someone threw her out of her office window. We figured Mr. Nova might be next, and we wanted to get to him first.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I didn't want to use that, but you gave me no choice.
Fine, I'll let you talk to Charlie.
Thank you.
If someone is trying to kill people over this, I'd rather it be out and done with as fast as possible. I mean, shit, we're an entertainment scene. Nobody should die for that. But hey, watch yourself with Charlie.
Okay,
He's a pompous clown, but he's my pompous clown.
fair enough.
Keep it civil, or I'll throw your ass out and figure this out on my own. Now get on it. I need to make some calls.
I couldn't tell what would be this person behind a desk or this person behind a desk. Okay. I clicked on you 3 times. That's...
Fantastic! How fantastic! I just love your ROM.
Oh my god.
Not
Oh, no.
quite as stunning as mine, but still pretty grand.
Don't you dare compare your ROM to my Turing. Turing's fantastic.
Very sleek, very clean. Bravo. Oh, Sympathy is doing that thing where she waves at me to hurry things up.
He's talking through his
Right
teeth.
down to brass tacks then, I suppose. Wait! I forgot to introduce myself.
Oh no, he's got
I'm
the
Charlie Nova, host of Tonight in the Stars and Star in the Stratosphere.
How do you talk with your teeth staying like that perfectly?
But you already knew that, I'm sure.
Yes. Okay.
What can I do for you,
Why don't you tell me a little about yourself? What can you tell me about TMI? I guess I'm gonna start here.
Oh, you flatter me. Yes,
Because
you do.
flatter him first, get his honest stuff there, and then we can figure out from there.
I can't imagine you've come all this way just to get my story. Have
Nope.
you?
Nope. Honestly, we have not.
After all, I've already published my very own splendid 100% original autobiography.
Of course you
Like
have.
a Nova.
Of course you have.
But I suppose I can give you a quick rundown, even if Sympathy is giving me the stink eye.
Yes,
I
sympathy,
grew
please.
up here on the mean streets of Neo-SF, but my jocular nature and striking countenance got me scouted for a
Okay.
few small product advertisements. And the rest is not so ancient history.
You're saying you're young. Got it.
Now I'm the host of the largest celebrity news show on the mesh, and I couldn't be happier.
Okay, good to know.
It's all thanks to my swarms of fans, though. They're the ones who count.
Okay, what can you tell me about TMI?
Yes, Any additional information on your station would be greatly appreciated.
Well, it's the best damn network on the planet, I can tell you that. We put out top-notch news and entertainment, but with real heart that our competitors just can't match.
I'm going to say this. I haven't
But
heard
if
of
you
TMI
really want to know about TMI, you need to know about sympathy.
Okay.
It's
That's-
her pride and joy, after all. Sure, she can be a little acerbic, and sure, she calls me a poofy-haired oaf all the time, but you can really tell she cares, you know?
I feel like she might be right about the poofy-haired oaf, but...
Deep down. I'm not sure if that throat-cutting gesture she's making is a signal to move to another topic or a threat against my physical well-being. So, let's move
Maybe
on.
both. It might be both. I would not be surprised.
What next?
Okay, now we have that. Have you heard about your stories? Heard that your stories are getting altered once they get posted on the mesh.
Oh, it may have come up in the last lunch meeting we had, but Sympathy assured me that it was some kind of technical glitch, and our support people were on top of it.
Okay.
They're top-notch, the absolute best money can buy. So I don't think there's anything more to say on the subject.
He definitely has the TV personality, though. We've heard other people's posts getting altered too. You're telling me you don't know anything at all. Look, Charles. We're just trying to get to the bottom of this.
That's very upsetting. I hope you've passed along that information to Sympathy. I'm certain our tech people will be able to find the culprit in short order once they know enough about it.
Okay.
I really don't know what I have to do with it, though.
Chuck, I'm sure you're better informed than that, right? You're at the top of this heap, yeah? It's a bit worrying that you don't know more. It was your post they were manipulating.
Need to know, and all that.
Okay.
I keep on top of the things that need my attention, and leave Sympathy to handle all the things that don't.
Okay, Charlie.
My time is too important to be wasted on trivial things like minor technical glitches.
Okay.
All right, that's enough. Charlie has a show to get ready for. He's told you everything he's going to. So get the hell out of here. If you find anything more interesting than what you've got, come back and see me again. Directly.
Remember, I'm the victim in all this.
Oh, ow. That was loud. Milk!
Oh man, she looks really cheesed off now. Do you know how snippy she can get? I better get her coffee ready. Maybe that'll calm her down.
We're very sorry if we made your day more difficult. Perhaps I could take the coffee over to Sympathy and we could try to smooth her rumpled feathers.
Yeah, okay, sure. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You make her even madder? Oh no. On second thought.
It'll only take a minute.
Alright, but she takes it with plenty of milk.
Okay, I'm thinking I'm gonna end it here, but I just got the situation where I could potentially add the spoiled milk to her coffee. I might be able to do that. I don't know if that's the best move, but it's a possibility. So thank you everyone so much for watching, and we'll figure out how to do that next time. See you then.